Well, hello, friends, and welcome. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, Director of Priests for Life, bringing you my daily diary. What did I do during Holy Week? Monday, the 14th of April, through Easter Sunday, the 20th of April, 2025. Well, I was in New York with my family, with my mom, who had just moved into, on a temporary basis, an assisted living facility. And so with my brother, I was there to assist her to adjust to that place, have meetings with the leaders of that particular facility and make sure that everything went okay, while at the same time, as you'll see, interacting with my office. Let's see what we did day by day. Monday the 14th. So I was there in Port Chester, staying at the house where I grew up. And on Monday the 14th, I had interaction with my staff on a number of items, such as, and on my emails and paperwork and desk work and laptop work, a communication with Colorado state pro-life leaders about the video I made for the recent Colorado March for Life. Emails for visiting Congress for the project by which we're urging people to go to the local offices. Press releases, videos, social media about the same thing, the topic of that being, of course, stopping the funding of the abortion industry. Correspondence questions, helping our staff answer your questions adequately. Our Rumble channel, a conservative meeting of leaders preparing for a presentation I will give there. Making some connections for a priest who requested my assistance. Communication with our pro-life leaders in France. Hi there, friends, if you're watching. White House conversations with staff there who are interested in helping us in the pro-life movement. They all are, and I had some communication with them. Preparation for a special local meeting with some potential donors coming up in May. Some updates to our staff procedures and a video from our close colleague, Alveda King. So I did these various things, and the way it worked was that I was all during the day at the assisted living facility, and so helped my mom go to different activities that were taking place there, talked with the team over there, spent time talking with her, etc., and then just moving in between that and my office work. I had my laptop there. She has a nice room there, and we were able to make it into a temporary office while taking care of all those other things at the same time. And so that was the pattern into the evening, and then later at night I went back to the house and did some quiet work before going to bed. Tuesday the 15th. I began the day actually with first of all, let me talk about, I jumped on my laptop right away and dealing with my office and with things such as the upcoming meeting of pro-life leaders that we coordinate, some video work, preparing and arranging some interviews that I would have on other media outlets, talking with our technical staff about some backup work, the development of our new website, Pro-Life Central, some clips by Alveda, the Travelogue, which is one of our regular newsletters, helping media research and helping with arranging media for our team, digitizing our products, and working on the process by which we send you information you request when you fill out one of our comment cards at the different events that we hold around the country. Those were topics when I was on my laptop in the morning and different times throughout the day. At 8:45 in the morning, before I went over to the assisted living facility, I had a broadcast on Real America's Voice. I did an interview for them. Then I went over, spent time with my mom, with my brother, with the facility there, making sure things were going smoothly, which they are. And then at 11:30, a priest friend came by. And this was very nice. He's a local priest. He came by, prayed with my mom. And then I took him to lunch over there in Port Chester. And we caught up on a lot of things pertinent to the church. Then I went back to the facility and spent more time with Mom and my brother, and some interaction with the office on the matters that I spoke about. At 4:15, I had a phone call with some of our administrative team, just routine and making plans for upcoming projects and so forth. Again, then visiting more with my mom and dinner time and so forth. And then at 6:30 in the evening, I had a phone call with the group that had planned and carried out the Florida March for the Preborn. This group, I'm on their board of directors, and so we had a phone call meeting and also looking forward to future plans. I did that phone call while I was still at the assisted living facility. And then after that, connected again with my mom, and then concluded the day and went home after a little bit more visiting. Wednesday, the 16th of April, Wednesday of Holy Week, got up early and started working right away on my computer and with my staff on things such as an opinion piece about an upcoming Supreme Court case, monthly statements that we send out this time of the month to our regular monthly donors. Question that our staff had about letters that we send out to the bishops. Some media questions by a reporter, and I answered those questions by email. Responding to an invitation to be on a host committee for Congressman Byron Donalds, who's running for governor in Florida. An invitation to speak at an upcoming meeting of top conservatives, which I accepted, and it's on, of course, on fighting for the unborn. Some opinion pieces that I wrote during Wednesday for Gateway Pundit and also for some other outlets dealing with the visits to Congress, and also dealing with President Trump's approach to Holy Week, which is a very refreshing approach. Clips by Alveda King and our Pro-Life Central website. Those were topics of work and discussion. Went to see my mom, spent most of the day there at the facility, and then at a certain point, midday, Mark from our administrative team came up. He was on Staten Island, and where we have an auxiliary Priest for Life office, still a small office. And he came up to Port Chester. We had lunch together with him, with my mom, and then my mom went off for a doctor's appointment with that she had, and then Mark and I had some midday meetings, and we went over to the house, and we met and made some plans. And then continued meeting into the early afternoon, and through the afternoon, actually. Did some work together. He went back to Staten Island. My mom came back from the appointment and had dinner with her there at the facility, and some more conversation with her and with the team there before going home at the end of the day. Thursday was Holy Thursday. The staff was in the office, and I had a number of things to work on with them via email and elsewhere, and those things included email blasts, communication with priests, thanking of President Trump for his various pro-life and religious freedom activities, an email greeting to one of our top canonical advisors there in Rome, some communication with someone we know who is their nation's oldest serving deacon. Scheduled interviews, had arrangements for our pastoral team to visit their members of Congress, more work with Alveda and with preparing the upcoming pro-life leaders meeting, and promoting, again, the effort to stop funding the abortion industry. Visiting with my mom there at the facility, of course, spending time both with her, with my brother, and also with the staff of the facility, as I've been doing all during this week. At 11 a.m., I went off to a quiet room there at the facility, and I had an interview for Lindell TV. You all know Mike Lindell, and one of the team over there wanted to have me on for an extended discussion of the significance of Holy Week, the Triduum, and Easter. So I had that conversation. That was about a half-hour interview at 11. Then it was lunchtime, lunch with my mom, and continued visiting with her, making sure that things were going well. And then at 3 o'clock, I had another interview. So I went off into a room there at the facility and did that Zoom interview. Finished with that. Now it was getting to be late afternoon. Went back and because of the fact that I was there to help my mom, I wasn't able to go to the usual services, but certainly spent extra time in prayer, of course, being the holy day that it was, and went back home in the evening and prayed more as we entered into the sacred Triduum. The next day, Good Friday, our staff was off, but I still had to do a lot of email communication. So I didn't go over to the facility right away. I took care of a number of things, including some rearrangements of web pages, including some materials for Holy Week and Easter, technical settings that staff were working on. I gave some input into some of those plans, preparation for the special pro-life workshop I'll be giving at the conservative meeting, preparation of a mailing to our pro-life leaders, the project of the yellow cards, as we call it, again, responding more adequately to people who are asking about information of the different branches of our ministry. Working on another article, wrote another article for another publication about the pro-life dimensions of our Easter observance, liturgical online revisions and giving them to the appropriate staff person so that clergy have updated material to teach and preach on abortion, preparation for an upcoming trip to Colorado, and those were some of the email things. I had another interview then that I did at home before going over to the assisted living facility, and that was for Real America's Voice and Bishop Aubrey Shines. Of course, we were talking again about the significance of Easter. Did that interview, went over to the facility, had some Good Friday time there with my mom and my brother, and again, making sure things were going well over there. That took the rest of the afternoon. In the evening, I had a 7 p.m. interview. I went back home to do that, and that was with Brian Glenn. Again, on Real America's Voice. He's been a long-time friend, starting off at Right Side Broadcasting and then now at Real America's Voice. And he often interviews the president and has some good connections there. Then we came to Holy Saturday, and again, it was a day over at the assisted living facility with my mom. Lots of things that my brother and I had to finalize there, prepare, make sure we're going well, and we did. We got her a new iPad, and we were working to set that up and make that convenient for her. I had a number of email tasks I had to complete, including about special prayers for healing that one of our Rachel's Vineyard team taped, and we're disseminating, of course. We also had work regarding some of the auxiliary elements of our ministry becoming DBAs, doing business as, and that's when a company will have another project going by a different name, but it's still connected with the same organization. Similarly, more work on our C4 organization, which is called Pro-Life Vote. Bookings for me on media, plans for special meetings with supporters, plans for special letters to supporters, and plans for upcoming travels. All of those were topics of work I did on my computer as Holy Saturday unfolded, there also with my family, and of course, extra prayer during these holy days. And then the great joy of Easter Sunday. I got up early on Easter. I love the early morning of Easter, of course, the sunrise, the symbolism of the resurrection. Went to Mass at my home parish there in Portchester, and you'll see some postings on my social media from that. Beautiful early morning celebration of the resurrection. Came back home, had some extra time of prayer and reflection, and I had at 11:40 a.m. an interview live on Newsmax to share Easter greetings and Easter reflections. It's wonderful when they allow me to do that. And so I got onto the program and did that, and then right after that went over to the assisted living facility, again visiting with my mom and my brother. We had a light lunch because then we were going to have a special Easter dinner there later. Visited, made sure things were going well over there. And then as the afternoon went on, my mom wanted to sit outside. It was a beautiful sunny Easter day. We did that. We even did a little quick video that you hopefully saw on my social media where she gave Easter greetings. And then my cousin came by, and my cousin, my brother, and my mom and I had Easter dinner right there at the facility. They served lamb, which my mom was looking forward to. She was asking, is there going to be lamb? And she mentioned that on the video that you'll see. And then we enjoyed that Easter dinner. Right at the end of that Easter dinner, I had to go to the airport. Fortunately, the airport was like literally 5 minutes away from the assisted living facility. So I went there, hopped on a plane to Orlando. I was doing a lot of work actually on my laptop. I had to read through a number of documents in preparation for the work of the coming week. Did that at the airport on the plane, landed in Orlando, got an Uber back to my headquarters, and settled in for the night. Easter Day. That was what I did from the 14th to the 20th of April, 2025. I hope your days are going well. Blessings to you and your pro-life efforts. We'll talk to you soon.
Hello, this is Father David Begany, one of the many members of Priests for Life. This organization is one of the largest and most visible pro-life ministries in the world. The Priests for Life team relies on your financial support to be able to do its work, produce its programs, and travel the world to advocate for the unborn. May I ask you to support Priests for Life generously? Go today to prolifegift.org and give us as generous a gift as you can. Thank you for your kindness, and be assured of our prayers for you every day.
Hello, I'm Sam Brownback, and I've worked alongside Father Frank Pavone for many years on the cause of life. He's a true champion, and the Priests for Life have been wonderful champions of this great cause, of the cause of human dignity of every human at every phase of life, from the very first moment of conception until its natural death. The human species, the human person, each and every one are full of dignity, priceless in value, and Priests for Life stand for that. Join their work with them, work alongside them in this battle, this incredible battle, this fantastically important battle for life in the United States. We've got to win this fight. Join them.